So after this, how many more do we have?
Well, Angela and Sade still have their parties. Kira agreement, and unless somebody checked in and I didn't know, and it shouldn't be anything else.
Okay, so there's still two left.
Hmm.
There's still two left.
Mm-hmm.
Two defaults against dance. You're on the phone.
Morning, this is card number 2020-36157 in the interest of Anave Flores. All parties, please raise your right hand to be sworn. You solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yeah.
Please state your name and your relationship to the child.
Yolanda Castillo, and I'm the mother.
And for the state?
Marcella Turner.
Court will note that the non-custodial parent father is Eric Flores. Mr. Flores served on October 20th, 2020 at 7:34 a.m., 701 North San Jacinto Street in Houston, Harris County, Texas. And he has not filed an answer. Is that correct, Ms. Turner?
That's correct, Your Honor.
Further had notice of this Zoom hearing by certified mail.
I'm sorry?
Which was delivered on March 10th, 2021. Court will proceed with the default hearing.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Yeah.
At this time, the state would like to call Ms. Castillo. Ms. Castillo, how old is the child before the court today?
2.
And who does that child primarily reside with?
Me, the mother.
And has the child always resided with you?
Yes, ma'am.
And are you currently married?
No, ma'am.
Have you ever been married?
No, ma'am.
At the time of your child's conception, were you sexually involved with anyone else other than Mr. Flores?
No, ma'am.
And is there any possibility that anyone else could be the father of your daughter other than Mr. Flores?
No, ma'am.
And are you asking this court to establish that Mr. Flores is in fact the father of your daughter, Anavea
I'm sorry?
Flores? Are you asking this court to establish that Mr. Flores is the father of your daughter, Anavea Flores?
Yes.
And where is Mr. Flores today?
I don't know where he's at today.
Do you know he's not? Do you know whether or not he's incarcerated?
Oh, he's not incarcerated.
Okay. Now, who typically has made the day-to-day decisions regarding your daughter?
Me.
And has Mr. Flores ever participated in making those decisions?
No.
And has Mr. Flores ever call just to inquire as to her general welfare?
No.
And do you believe that you and Mr. Flores could come together as parents and make decisions regarding this child and essentially do you believe you two should be named as joint managing conservators?
No. Like me and him
With the
talking and
same
stuff?
rights, with equal rights. Do you believe you and Mr. Flores should have equal rights in regards to making decisions regarding your daughter?
No.
And why is that?
Because he hasn't been in her life and she hardly knows him. And he is involved in doing some crazy things that I don't want my child involved in.
Okay, and why hasn't he been in her life?
I guess because he kidnapped me when I was pregnant with her, and he got incarcerated, and he was barely released. He's been out since December, and he hasn't done nothing for her. He doesn't call to check on her. He doesn't really, I guess, he's not really concerned, so.
Okay, and does he still have pending criminal charges?
Yes.
Do you have an estimate as to how many are pending?
8.
And so when you say that Mr. Flores is involved in crazy things, I need you to be a little bit more specific. Could you be more specific for the court as to what you mean by that statement?
He is robbing people and selling drugs.
Okay, and when you say he's robbed people, what type of people has he robbed?
I've been informed that he has robbed like other dope dealers and some Mexican cartel.
Okay, so Mr. Flores has interaction with a cartel. Is that your testimony?
Yes, and other dope dealers.
And do you feel that by Mr. Flores's dealings with the cartel and the incidents that have taken place, that pose a significant risk of harm to your daughter?
Yes, definitely.
And because of that, and because of the actions that or the activity that Mr. Flores is involved in, do you have safety concerns with Mr. Flores having visitation with your child?
Not with what I heard the visitation consists of.
I'm going to ask the question again and just answer the question. Because of Mr. Flores's activity and involvement with the cartel and the thing he has done, do you feel that as a result of that, that would pose harm to your child? And do you have safety
Yes.
concerns with him having visitation?
Yes.
And are you asking this court to order no possession and act for Mr. Flores's visitation purposes at this time due to that testimony?
Yes.
And are you asking this court to appoint you as the conservator who determines where the child resides without regard to geographic location?
Yes, ma'am.
And do you know whether or not Mr. Flores is currently legally employed?
He's not employed.
Okay. And is this child covered by private medical and dental insurance right now?
I'm sure she is. I have not checked to see if I have to renew her insurance just yet, but I'm sure she still has her insurance.
Okay, the question was, is she covered by private medical and dental insurance?
Oh, private. No.
And what type of insurance does she have?
Fix his children?
All right. And are you asking this court to order cash medical support in the amount of $50 beginning May 1st of 2021?
Yes.
To your knowledge, does Mr. Flores have any other biological children other than your daughter?
No.
And are you asking this court to order current child support in the amount of $218 beginning May 1st of 2020?
Yes.
And since Mr. Flores has been released from prison, has he provided financially for your daughter?
I'm sorry?
Since Mr. Flores has been released from prison, has he provided financially for your daughter?
No.
And do you remember about or around the time that Mr. Flores was released from prison?
December 7th.
Okay, and are you requesting retroactive child support for that frame up until now?
Yes.
And are you asking this court to enter a retroactive child support judgment in the amount of $1,140 as of April 21st with a payout on that judgment in the amount of $56 beginning May 1st of 2021?
Yes, ma'am.
And do you believe this order to be in the best interest of your child?
Yes, ma'am.
And are you asking this court to approve this order?
Yes, ma'am.
No further questions for the witness. I'll pass the witness. Your Honor, there is a typo. Somehow this language slipped in there regarding a lump sum on the retro. I'll need to make that amendment after the second hearing.
All right, the court will then approve the order as amended.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Ms. Castillo, don't hang up. Just mute yourself.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Williams, unmute yourself, please. Shanette Williams, unmute yourself, please.
Press *6, Ms. Williams.
All right, this is call number 2020-36186 in the interest of Kamaya Brown. All parties, please raise your right hand to be sworn. You solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
Yes, sir.
Please state your name and your relationship to the child.
Chanel Williams. I am her mother.
And for the state,
Marcella Turner.
court will note that the non-custodial parent, Father Camario Brown, is not present. He was personally served on October 20th, 2020 at 8:10 a.m. at 5959 Pinemont Drive, apartment 266 in Houston, Harris County, Texas. He's not filed an answer. Is that correct?
That's correct, Your Honor.
All right, we'll proceed by default.
Thank you. At this time, the state would like to call Ms. Williams. Ms. Williams, how old is your child,
She's 12.
Kamaya Brown? She's 12.
12.
And at the time of her conception, were you sexually involved with anyone else other than Mr. Brown?
No, ma'am.
And are you married?
No, ma'am.
And have you ever been married?
No, ma'am.
And is there any possibility that anyone else other than Mr. Brown could be the father of your daughter?
No, ma'am.
And are you asking this court to establish that Mr. Brown is in fact the father of your daughter, Kamaya Brown?
Yes, ma'am.
And are you asking this court to appoint both you and Mr. Brown as joint managing conservators and to designate you as the conservator who determines where the child's primary residence within Harris and any contiguous county?
Yes, ma'am.
And you do not have any safety concerns with Mr. Brown having overnight visitation, is that correct?
Yes, ma'am. That is correct.
Are you asking this court to order a standard possession and access order for visitation purposes?
Yes, ma'am.
And you understand what that entails, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And to your knowledge, is Mr. Brown currently employed?
No, ma'am.
And does Mr. Brown have any other children other than your child?
No, ma'am.
And do you have private medical or dental insurance for the child?
No, ma'am.
And is there insurance at all for this child?
Medicaid.
And are you asking this court to order cash medical support in the amount of $50 beginning May 1st of 2021?
Yes, ma'am.
And are you asking this court to order child support in the amount of $218 beginning May 1st of 2021?
Yes, ma'am.
And in the last 4 years, has Mr. Brown provided financially for your daughter?
No, ma'am.
And to your knowledge, has Mr. Brown been incarcerated at all in the last 4 years?
No, ma'am.
And are you asking this court to enter a retroactive child support judgment in the amount of $10,464 as of April 21st of 2021 and to order the payout on that judgment at $70 beginning May 1st of 2021.
Yes, ma'am.
And you are not seeking retroactive medical or dental support. Is it also correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And you do not have any safety concerns with Mr. Brown having access to your address?
No, ma'am.
And do you believe this order to be in the best interest of your child?
Yes, ma'am.
And are you asking this court to approve this default?
Yes, ma'am.
No further questions for the witness. I'll pass the witness.
All right, the court will approve the order submitted. Thank you very much.
Thank you. May I